got some new interesting releases from Urban Decay. At least I hope they're new releases. I hope they're released. I'll explain what I mean. And some fashion today from a favorite of mine, Ruti. So we're going to talk all about that today with me, Rebecca. I'm a fashion and beauty editor who has worked for well over 20 years in the industry with some of the biggest names in fashion and beauty. And I have brought not fit for print beauty right here to YouTube so that you have a sort of digital beauty magazine, and today a little bit of fashion, to look through every day or so here on YouTube. And there are timestamps below. If you're in a hurry, I respect your time. I want to talk to you about something that I think I manifested. Sometimes brands get in touch with me. I had that happen with a brand sponsorship that I've got coming up that we'll talk about at a later date. But I love this brand called Ruti. Do you guys know this brand? I love them and I wear them all the time. And they contacted me and were telling me about them and what they do. And I'm like, oh, no, I know. Like, it's one of those meant to be. And they sent me over a few free items. Now, here's the funny thing, you guys. You have to hype me up a little bit because with fashion, this is how I started my career. Before I ever was a beauty editor, I started as a fashion editor. I actually, without telling too much and boring you, I actually started as a fashion stylist. I would buy the clothes and schlep them over and then crawl around on the ground hemming things up. So I started in fashion. But yet when I do fashion content, I always feel like, oh, I should really just stick to beauty. But that is where I started, you know? So I love Ruti. I wear their stuff all the time, buy it all the time. I was so excited when they came. Let me show you what they sent to me. And you are going to have to hype me up because I'm not used to modeling clothing. I'm used to typing about watching real models model clothing. And I am not. I'm not a real model. I'm doing it for real, but I'm not I don't know. Okay, so let's take a look at what I'm having. First of all, I am wearing right now, what I'm wearing right now is the Nonchalant Oversized Blouse. I got it in black. It comes in 3 colors, and I have it buttoned all the way up, but you're going to see in the video I'm wearing it and styling it a little bit differently. But let's get started here. Here's, first of all, what I'm wearing. I'm so excited about this. This is the all-day washable silk top. It comes in 5 shades and is like all the way from extra, extra small to extra large. So it comes in like every size. You can wash this. You can iron it. It doesn't wrinkle up, but you could iron it if you wanted to, is what I mean. It is adorable. It's so cute. And I just got the cream shade, but I'm going to go back and with my own money buy other, and you know, it depends. Like I got in the photo there or in the video there, I'm wearing a large, but I really could use a medium and even a small. But so you can like take it and change it, you know, about your sizing. And I'm wearing it with the on the loose work pants, which I love. They're so comfy and the material is so good. I wear it with a t-shirt all the time and sneakers. I've also put it with heels and a blouse. So I love the look of that. And then, you know, we were talking about the shirt that I'm wearing now. This is, as I told you, the Nonchalant Oversized Blouse that comes in 3 colors. And let me show you what I paired it with. I've never paired it with this before, but for this video, I put on like some white Nike sneakers and I paired it with the go-to skirt. That skirt comes in 4 colors. Look at the skirt. Oh, so cute. Now, normally, see the white sneakers with that skirt? Normally, I put on like a little white t-shirt. And I don't even tuck it in sometimes, but I put on like a little white t-shirt and white sneakers with that skirt usually, and I love it. For some reason, I decided to pair this black. I thought it would also go together well, but I decided to pair this black Nonchalant Oversized Blouse with it. And I was like, do I like the black and that kind of like a blue-gray? But I kind of do, and then I kept the white sneakers, so I'm just having fun with it. And as you see in the video, I unbuttoned the blouse a lot more, and right now on camera, I buttoned up the blouse. I just like the way it fits. It's really lazy, and it's kind of cap-sleeved, but it doesn't. I got this in a large also, and I could have worn this even in a small, but I like the way it kind of gives some grace to my arms. I'm really working to be healthier, you guys. It's like ever since COVID, I have been unhealthy, and I put on more weight, also because I'm getting older. I'm not 21 anymore. So I feel like I can really still look cute and stylish while I work on my health and I'm exercising so much more and all of that stuff. But I feel like the clothing is still forgivable in any size, but it looks so cute on all of my friends who are super thin. And then for me, it's also really comfy, and I feel like forgives a lot. You know what I mean? But if you want to go really extra small on it, it could also hug your curves. So I really like how they're kind of, they kind of move with whatever stage you feel that you're fitness is at and your health is at and your weight is at. I really like that. And I've always loved this brand. And so when they came to me and offered me some clothing, I was so excited. So show them your love too. That's Ruti, and everything will be linked below. And I'm so excited to share them with you guys. So tell them I said hello if you go on over there. I will, where I can, put things up here in YouTube shopping, but everything is always down below in the description bar as well. Okay, let's get to the makeup portion. I want to talk about Urban Decay. I said I was going to explain this to you. So Urban Decay, I started seeing online that Urban Decay had 2 new palettes. And they're building on their Naked empire. That sounds funny, but they're building on the empire that they built with the Naked palettes. They're calling these the Urban Decay Naked Shaped Multitasking Eyeshadow Palette, and they make it in a cool tones and in warm tones. And I picked up both. They're $56 each. I don't know what made me splurge. I just wanted to see the difference. So I did purchase myself both of these palettes for us to look at. The funny thing is about these palettes is like they were kind of hard to get. Like I saw them being advertised and talked about, but I couldn't find them on the Urban Decay site. And when I searched on the site, and then I went out and Googled it independently, and it took me right to them on the Urban Decay site. And I thought, well, that's odd. Is this like a pre-launch, like a soft launch of these palettes? And then when I went to go research even more before filming, even Googling it took me nowhere. So I don't know if these are kind of pre-release. I did buy them through Urban Decay. At any rate, really, really pretty packaging. Here's the cool palette. Look at that. So you've got this kind of iridescent, and it's actually, that is not printed in there. It's actually got the little wavering thing. There's the, and it slides open like this, which is kind of cool. Oops, I did it the wrong way. So it slides like that. We're going to look at both of them, and I'm going to swatch these for you outside in the warm California sunshine. But let's look at the packaging on the warm palette. Again, we have this, it's multi-tonal, and it has this texture. And once again, it's going to slide open. So here they are inside the palette. This is a little sticker that says slide up that I should have removed. So that darkness that you see there wouldn't be there. Here's the cool, and here's the warm that I'm shaking up and down. These are, they say multitasking eyeshadow palettes because they are made to shape and shade, define, and sculpt. There's cream shades in here in the middle. And then surrounding it, we have matte and glimmer. And they tell us that these are 16 hours of wear, building on that Naked tradition that Urban Decay has built. I am finding, we're going to take these outside in the warm California sunshine in a moment, but I'm finding that Urban Decay is doing some really interesting things lately. The Face Bond and the Face Bond Luminizer Highlighter are 2 of my favorite releases in the past little bit. And I haven't had my head turned by Urban Decay in a long time. So they're doing some really interesting things. I don't know what the delay is on a wider release on these, but they're really interesting. The cool is, let's see if it makes me look dead, because sometimes cool tones do. I don't see, let me open these up again and wait till you see the swatches. They're not, the warm isn't that warm and the cool isn't that cool. Let me show you what I mean. Here we go outside in the warm California sunshine. I have swatched them just in one stripe. So we've got the cool on top of the warm. I was going to do the swatches differently, but I really wanted you to see them compared. There's all the cool shades up top, and there's the warm. And I've really made sure to swatch them as dark as I possibly could. Where it looks like there are gaps, it is where the shades were really just very skin toned for me, and they kind of blended right in. So depending on your skin tone, certain shades will blend in or disappear on the skin more. But they're doing such interesting things. Let's do 2 eyes with the cool tone. I have mascara and stuff on, but then I'll wash it off, and then we'll do 2 eyes with the warm tone palette too. And let's just play around. I don't know if I'm going to do 2 different looks or not. Let's just see where the wind takes us here with this cool palette. So we've got these kind of creamy shades here, and then we've got these matte all around it, and some glimmer and shimmer shades too. Let's work with some rougher brushes, and I'll start with the rougher 15 and go in here. This is a powder. I'm not really a huge user of cream eyeshadow. Are you guys? You know, for instance, I love the Patrick Ta palettes. I'm dipping back in there. I love the Patrick Ta palettes, but I tend not to use the cream shades. And I loved the Dior Backstage, but I didn't always use the cream primer. Now on this eye, let's play around a little bit. On this eye, let's go ahead and use one of the cream shades. Same brush. but I'm going into this cream shade. Let's see what we think. I'm really coating the bristles with it. I just want to, I'm not interested so much in making a look, you guys, as I am in trying out the different textures and such here. So this eye, I kind of did a base in the one of those neutral mattes powders, and in this one I used the more neutral lighter cream. This is in the Cool palette. Now I'm gonna keep the same brush. Why not? Let's go in here to this kind of taupey shade. Let's see how it goes on to the eye. Very pretty. Very reminiscent, very much in keeping with the tradition that Urban Decay was born with, which is that kind of naked palette, or one of their first successes when the brand was the brand that we often think of. This is interesting too here. As you see, this is the powder version and this is the cream version inside. So let's look at the cream version on the other eye. We did the powder version, cream version, powder. Let's do the cream version. I think that's kind of a fun way to do it, isn't it? Just to kind of see. Okay, and they do apply a little differently because the shades are going to be very similar, but they're applying differently just because of the different formulations. So we've done 2 cream, same color, 2 matte powder, same colors. Getting a slightly different look, aren't we? They don't do the other kind of shimmery shades that way. And this black shade in powder and in cream, if you ask me, is a bit of a liner. Yeah, you could deepen the corners, but let's do something up here. Let's go a little darker and try this right there. Again, I'm gonna switch brushes in just a moment, but I'm just kind of putting that over. The shimmer shades here are very subtle, but very pretty. Isn't that Urban Decay Naked? Those of you that are old school Urban Decay lovers, isn't it? And switching brushes here. This is a Refer, also number 15, but a clean one. I'm gonna go in right here. Put that over. Look at how gentle that shimmer is. So gentle that I'm going to now stick my finger into it. Yeah, we're going to get a lot more payoff. Look at that. When I put my finger in it, because then we have the, it emulsifies it with the warmth. So I'm getting a lot more there. But that's really, really pretty. And then we even have this shade here. I'll definitely use my finger on that. Let's put it over here. That's kind of an ethereal, that's odd. That seems out of place to me, to be honest with you. Well, I mean, maybe not if you think of the Naked palettes. This is just a reinterpretation of their Naked palettes, and this glittery shade has some glittery blue in it and cooler tones. But it just seems to me out of place with the rest of the palette. It either is something really pretty and makes it come to life, or it's kind of like one of these things is not like the other. But it's pretty. What do you think? 2 very different looks, using the creams, using the shimmers and the glimmers. And these kind of glimmery shimmer shades, with the fingers, you get a lot better color payoff. There is no mirror in here. Does that upset you? You'll have to tell me. There's none behind it either. It just kind of slides closed. What do you think of that? They could have, if they had done an open up palette, they could have put a mirror there. Would you have preferred that? Let me know your thoughts. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go take off these 2 different cool tone looks. Let's play around with the warm shades and see what we think of that too. So stay right there. Okay, what did we think of the Cool palette? It didn't make me look dead. I feel like, because cool tones will make me look, I mean, I'm not trying to be silly. It's just true. And this one, like, yeah, they're cooler, but I feel like some of these are kind of warm. I don't know. All right, but let's switch to the warm palette. I feel like the Cool palette is more like a neutral. If you are in my Cool Tone Revolution army, you know, free to join. Just say you're a member down below. It means you're waiting for all the cool tones to take over. If you are a member of my Cool Tone Revolution army, could you let me know if that Cool palette equals cool to you? Let's play with the warm palette. This definitely is warmer. Okay, let's play with it. Let's kind of do the same thing we did on the other one. So I'm going to do a cream shade. This time we have a Refer 27. All clean brushes. This is a cream shade, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on this eye. These are, boy, you want to talk subtle. They're almost getting lost on my light, medium, neutral skin. Almost. And then I'm going to put this shade on this eye. So I'm just going to go back and forth here. So this should be kind of essentially the same shade. This eye I used the powder. This eye was the cream. I think in the other palette they were more similar in shade. The cream and the powder. Again, yeah, they're more similar in the other palette. This is really a little different, huh? And this we have a black cream and like a mocha. And then a mocha cream and then kind of a ambery shade. So let's use that ambery shade here. I'm going to use it on the cream side. Let's mix it up a little bit, shall we? So there, I'm putting powder over the cream this time. I didn't do that really on the last one, except for on the glitzy shade. Okay, and let's put a cream over the powder on this side. Why not? Boy, these cream shades are beyond subtle. And the cream shades are meant in the hands of someone who understands light and color or is a certified makeup artist. I am a makeup editor. I am not a makeup artist. They can use that to contour and shade. Because, of course, all of these matte shades, you know, they can make parts of your eye recede. For instance, if like me, you have a hooded eye, can bring back the crease. And then the glitzy shades kind of highlight certain areas under the brow, the lid, things like that. Okay, so in the hands of an actual professional, this could be something really interesting. Okay, how about now we've learned that these glittery, glimmery shades are a little better with the finger. So I'm going to go in there with this one here. Ooh, that's really pretty. That's the shade that I didn't really like in the Cool palette. Anything that you're hearing, my daughter is home and she keeps opening and slamming the front door. So if you're annoyed, please know so am I. Okay, so there we go. We got that. I think this shade works a lot better than that one with the blues in it, personally. And let's try this shade here for this side. I am going to say, if you get these palettes, either of these palettes, for any of these glimmer or shimmer shades, I think those are prettiest applied with the finger. I'm not even bothering with the brush anymore, but just FYI. They really they're much more impactful. With any sort of a brush, they are less impactful, even with a dense brush, but we'll play with it a little bit. Here's a much denser number 2 brush from Refer. A little better, but it's the finger that's going to really be able to put it on there. How about one of these shades here? Okay, so as I told you, we have 2 different looks. I'm putting this on the inner corner using the brush. It's just going to be more impactful with the finger. But the one thing I want to say is that the cream lays over the powder lays over the cream. If you are really good with understanding colors and how they work together, you can certainly make areas of the eye recede, make other areas of that's not my forte, I have to admit, but I still had a lot of fun with it. I think, kind of to summarize, I think the warm palette is very warm. I think the Cool palette is neutral, but my Cool Tone Revolution Army members are going to weigh in on that. I think they are definitely both in keeping with the tradition of the original Urban Decay Naked. I think they are absolutely gorgeous, and the outside of the palette is absolutely gorgeous. I do find it odd that they didn't go for a flip-up palette so they can include a mirror, especially for, I have a lot to say on these, for $56. But I do think you get 14 shades. I think they're really pretty, very subtle, but very much in keeping with what Urban Decay made their name on. Here's 2 different looks with the warm palette. And you just saw 2 different, just kind of messing around looks with the Cool. I hope these become more readily available. I'll try to find them and link them below. If not, come back to this video when they're officially released. And as for the Ruti Fashion, thanks for having fun with me on that. It is definitely in my DNA to do fashion reviews. I just am a little out of my league doing them on camera, not typing, you know, on the other side of the camera. But so much fun, and I thank them for sending those over. I want to know everything that you guys are thinking. I do have to tell you that tomorrow is my video spilling the tea on why Ulta and kind of Sephora too hate me. But Ulta does seem to hate me. So I'll be spilling the tea on that tomorrow. Make sure that you are here for that on Sunday. depending upon when you're watching this. Let me know what your thoughts are on these palettes and the clothing featured in this video. Make sure to share and like, and of course, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Come for the tea tomorrow.